contain at least 10% of chromium. Chromium oxide, also known as CrO, creates a barrier to oxygen and all kinds of moisture, thus protecting the iron from corrosion, rust, and this is where the term stainless comes from. The layer is thin enough to be invisible. The metal stays shiny, and it also does not let water and air pass through. And if the surface happens to be scratched, the layer reforms. Other metals are also added to help the special steel strengthen and be more durable to be usable. Metals such as nickel, molybdenum, titanium, and copper, and non-metals such as carbon and nitrogen. Purposes include the resistance to stain, rust, corrosion, and certain conditions like carbon dioxide, moisture, electrical fields, sulfur, salt, and chloride compounds, gases like ozone, and cold temperatures. What are the uses of stainless steel? Stainless steel is used everywhere, but it's mainly used for applications. Some examples include domestic use, so sinks, saucepans, washing machines, microwaves, razor blades, and even in our eating utensils, so the spoons, forks, and knives that we use. It's also in our transportation, so exhaust systems, car trims or grills, ship containers, and ship chemical tankers. And we also use it generally, so the springs, fasteners, so the bolts, nuts, and washers that we use, and wiring. How could the effect of potentially harmful chemicals and chemical reactions involved in this process be controlled? Stainless steel is 100% recyclable. Surprisingly, 50% of stainless steel is made from melted scrap metal, therefore concluding that it's an eco-friendly material. Processing materials can, however, be classified as hazardous waste. This is completely based on their properties, so solubility, flammability, but they're not an ecological hazard. Energy consumption due to stainless steel production has decreased drastically due to technological improvements and extra conservation. The machines used can cause health hazards, and those should be treated accordingly.
How is stainless steel produced? There are 6 main steps of producing stainless steel. The first step is melting and casting. This is where raw materials are melted together in an electronic furnace which takes 8 to 12 hours of intense heat. After this, the molten steel is cast into semi-finished forms which include blooms, billets, slabs, etc. Step 2 is forming. This is where the semi-finished steel goes through forming operations beginning with heat rolling. An example of this would be where the blooms and billets are formed into bars and wires. Step 3 is heat treatment. After the stainless steel is formed, most types must go through an annealing process. Annealing is a heat treatment in which the steel is heated and cooled under controlled conditions to relieve internal stresses and soften the metal. Some steels are treated for higher strength. The temperature used all depends on the thickness and type of steel it is. Step number 4 is called descaling. Annealing causes a scale or buildup to form on the steel. The scale can be removed using several processes. 2 of the most common methods used for descaling is called pickling and electrocleaning. Pickling uses a nitric hyfluoric acid bath to descale the steel, while electrocleaning uses an electric current which is applied to the surface of the steel using cathode and phosphoric acid, and the scale is removed. Step 5 is the cutting process. Cutting operations are usually necessary to obtain the desired blank shape or size to trim the part to final size. Mechanical cutting is accomplished by a variety of methods, including flame cutting, which involves a flame-fired torch using oxygen and propane in conjunction with iron powder. This method is clean and fast. Step 6, which is the final step, is the finishing. Surface finish is an important specification for stainless steel products and is critical in applications where appearance is also important. Certain surface finishes also make stainless steel more easier to clean, which is obviously important for sanitary applications. A smooth finish, as obtained by polishing, also provides better corrosion resistance. On the other hand, rough finishes are often required for lubrication applications as well as to facilitate further manufacturing steps.
How do they affect the health of the workers? The workers that weld stainless steel have many possible side effects. Welders who are already allergic to nickel may have a low risk of allergic skin reaction if in direct and long amounts of skin contact when making stainless steel. Although there is no evidence of any increased lung problems, many researchers suggest that the welding process for workers may be associated with respiratory problems such as coughing. As some substances which occur in the fume from welding are known to be carcinogenic, the potential for cancer is the most serious health concern. Workers that create stainless steel clearly have a much higher risk of health issues due to their prolonged amount of contact with stainless steel. How do they affect the health of individuals? Stainless steel is generally not harmful to people while in use. However, there are some studies trying to find the amount of nickel that is absorbed as a result of the using of stainless steel utensils. There has been concern that nickel could cause allergic reactions or even pose more serious health risks such as cancer. And although unfounded, some recent media reports have suggested that stainless steel should be avoided. However, the nickel from stainless steel cookware is usually comparable to our daily intakes of nickel in our foods, meaning it is generally insignificant. How do they affect the environment? Stainless steel itself is recyclable, hygienic, and corrosion resistant. The environmental effects resulting from it are almost non-existent. On the other hand, its manufacturing stages does have a large impact on our Earth. The most damaging effects includes the emission of air and water pollution, high levels of energy consumption, and landfill waste. The production of stainless steel also generates large amounts of dust. However, companies are now trying to minimize these emissions by collecting them using filters. Because of this, the footprints of stainless steel is gradually becoming smaller and smaller. Overall, if manufacturing companies are able to find a cleaner, more efficient process in creating stainless steel, we will be able to stop a large amount of pollution, considering the importance of stainless steel in our everyday lives.